know this made me wanna vomit. Kept it to myself, didn't wanna talk about it. Every drill I did, number 4 beside me. I don't want no fame or no fake work, and my name ain't touch no paperwork. I can show you how to make that little paperwork.
Alright, so what you call it? This is the tier list that we came up with last night and so forth. Now, what you call, I do have a recording of us discussing all of this, and I'm about to do some changes right now as I talk. But what you call it? It was an hour video long, and we really can't cut out the parts because you gotta know every single individual specimen that was picked. So I'm gonna just not include it. But if somebody asks about it, I'll show you on the Discord what we said and whatnot, and then we'll go from there. But I'm gonna just start from like the bottom and then we'll go to the top. I'm gonna remove myself and I'll let the comments and the community decide where I should be placed at. Aside from that, but yeah, what you call it? First we're gonna start with all the way from the bottom. This session, it don't have a name because this is mainly for the people that don't even play no more, like Dabo and whatnot. They don't play as much as they used to, so that's why they're just a section here. But if they were to play, they'll probably be most likely average or even above that. That's what we got a Synergy OS. So far, I only got 2 people for this, but I will include another person, most likely probably Koji. I just played with him, that nigga's ass. But basically, we just got Goku and then some other nigga that just said I gave up. It's just heartbreaking. That's what we got GOS. Now, I can't lie. GOS is just mainly for the people that's like shitty booty, in a sense. I ain't finna like go ahead and discuss it too much in detail. Like mainly, I'm gonna discuss detail in average and above. But GOS, if you're GOS, you just know you're shit. So forth. DJ, we love you. You're the garbage. 7, you was like one of the first wave ones, and you still suck dick. He was the first GOS Dragonite was. Dragonite's like, he don't play no more though. And then Sergeant, they say you sucked in VC. I got a recording if you want to know. But you're GOS level from what YPC said. So next up we got Low-Key Carry now. I'll go over this a little bit. Low-Key Carries like the people, they'll play, like they won't low-key like sell, but like they won't contribute much to the game. Like they'll just pass you the ball and let you get carried. Like they'll basically get carried a lot. Now, it's all these people right here. I won't discuss like everybody on the list, obviously, because you know you're low-key carried. But I'll discuss like top 3 maybe. Unless it's borderline, he's close to getting the average. But for right now, if like let's say if a test is on his team, then a test is most likely going to carry him in the whole entire win. And then we got Storms. He's still like learning pretty much overall. So what you call it, if he just keeps playing consistently, he'll most likely be like a mid-average in no time. And then we got Sunblade. Sunblade, he plays a lot of basketball games and has a lot of IQ in terms of basketball, but it's not like what you call, he hasn't been playing too much overall, so we can't say much about him. And everybody else is just, you know, you'll contribute a little bit to the team, but if somebody like me, Nate, or a Street on the team, you'll get carried by us. You won't do much to it. Which brings us to average. Now I'll say everything about average. If I can't remember you, then my bad. Mune is like, honestly, Mune could have been uncrowned. The only reason he's not uncrowned is because we take in builds and whatnot, and builds is a big part of the game, sadly. And his build is just not like insane compared to like uncrowned and GM love. Like if you think about his build, it's not like beyond great compared to everybody else's. There was his only why, but Mune is a really good player. Like he's like he's one of the top tier like base players, but his build is not on par with all these brain dead niggas. Now Cap is like the same way. Cap is like what you call it. He's like honestly, if Cap has a better build, he'll be an uncrowned or a GM level as well. But he don't got no like brain dead build right now, which is why he's right there. Next up we have Xvar. Xvar is one of the top power forwards at the moment. He's one of the only power forwards that can honestly make a floater layup. Because you know floaters is like ass early game, and he's like one of the high levels in which got in the power forward position. It has good IQ. The only reason he's not like an uncrowned or whatnot is it depends heavily on his teammates. If he don't like you, that nigga will not. He will cuss you out in RVC, my nigga. I kid you not. If you suck, he'll make it known you suck. It's like you'll piss him off easily, and then he'll try to take the game into his own hands. He just don't have a build to carry a whole team on his back at the moment, which is why he's just like a pretty high average. Then you have Flashback, and Flashback is he's one of the high tier players as well. The only reason he's not higher on the list is the same thing like everybody else. He don't have a brain dead build, which comes down to it sadly. And then you also have Azurus on the same skill level. He doesn't have a brain dead build either. He does have jump shot with speed, but he has a pull problem for what we've been seeing, which means he can't contain like that high amount of speed throughout the whole entire game, which will fuck him up towards the end of the game. That's what we have Doke. Doke is like a pretty good average, a mid-average. Like he used to be ass, honestly, but he improved, and I played with him yesterday, and he was honestly solid. Doke was going off yesterday. He was a perfect president for me to just like, you know what I'm saying, control my global and just play my shooting guard position as he took up the ball up court like a PG basically. So he did real good. Now Roy's the only wave 2 on this list that's like an average and above or whatever. Roy's like probably the best wave 2 or 2.5, whatever you want to call it, within the game so far. And he honestly will, if he has a better build, he can honestly be right here by the way he's been playing. We need to see more from Roy at the moment, but he's really solid overall. The inbound still is stupid as hell. That's what we have Arthur. Nothing too much about Arthur. He's just like an average player. He'll like, you know what I'm saying, he'll take a wide open shot. He got a decent shot IQ. He's nothing like, he'll put like a little bit of effort towards your team and whatnot to win the game. That's what we have. Sakari. Sakari used to be buns, but he's like he's your average Kiseki player. You know what I mean? He won't sell you. He'll basically shoot if wide open. He'll pass if needed. You know what I'm saying? He's an average. Then you have Leak. Leak can honestly, from build wise, I'm gonna move him. I'm gonna move him right now because his build is the only reason I'm putting him up here because his build is brain dead as hell. He has fadeaway threes. Even Elite can't block it because it's like a high arc, so you can't really stop it for real. It's just brain dead. But other than if you get close to him, he'll brick. And he doesn't have too good shot IQ for that. So I'm gonna put him at like a pretty good average with that build. Also, we have Sanzu. Sanzu is a perfect all-around player. I never have a problem with Sanzu. It's just he doesn't have a good build at the moment, so we'll just rank him right here for right now. Honestly, he'll be right here. He's a really solid player. I never have a problem with Sanzu. Same with Swerve. So I don't have a problem with you, Swerve. You know what I'm saying? But you be selling sometimes from what I've been hearing. But honestly, you're like one of the higher levels in the game, so I had to put you on average simply because of that fact. And most of the times I don't have a problem with you, but you be selling sometimes, but you don't do too bad because you have a good build overall. And then we have Kari and Subtract. You know, y'all like one of the new like lower wave ones and whatnot. Y'all just like simple players that we can rely on if needed. As long as y'all like bring up the ball, like y'all can handle simple tasks, which is why y'all basically here. Like dribble up the court and pass it away. As simple as that, or like shoot the score and all that. It's just simple things. And next we have the Uncrowned section. With all this from right here is debatable. If y'all complain about this, like y'all, everybody here, y'all know damn well y'all can't stop niggas. I can't lie. But Uncrowned will go here. Delete yourself. He recently started playing again. His old build is like, he has a really toxic build, but it's been nerfed constantly, so that's why he's not on GM level. Like it's guardable in a sense. His small forward build is a drip shot with drive boost build that can shoot threes, which is really brain dead in the game. He has good IQ overall in basketball, and he's just like one of the top players that will dominate basically. If you play against the elite, you'll most likely lose if you're not like a GM candidate or have another Uncrowned king with you. You'll most likely lose. That's just how it is. Anybody here is like equal in a sense down there. That's what we have Hooky. Now Hooky, it was tough. He was gonna be a GM level, but it's a simple fact that strength got nerfed now. And you're not Superman no more. If you didn't get nerfed, you would be probably GM level simply because of that strength, and elite would be Uncrowned. But now it's like your build is just a basic strength build. You're nothing crazy, no. Damn, I got in the Kiseki game. I'll do that in a set. But basically, you're a basic strength build. It's nothing crazy. You don't have anything insane compared to the GM level candidates. That's what we have Infernasu. He's the fastest player in game by far. The only reason he's not higher is simply because from what Nate has said, like whenever you're on a big team, you play a little passive, and then you have a pull problem too in the 2v2 and whatnot. But overall, you're a really solid player, and like anybody that'll play against you will most likely lose. Fucking hell. Sorry about that, my name. Who's on my team? How the fuck is Reno? Oh, Nate got on too. Okay, that's good. I had to hurry this up. MC, what you got? MC, what you call it? You is one of the only reason you're not higher up is simply because you're build. But you're like your level 100 build that can shoot threes and whatnot can beat almost everybody in game as well at the moment if they're not on par with you. And Pep, the only reason you on here, my nigga, is simply because you're brain dead still. Nobody can really stop it for real. You just you abuse a bug and you're gay. That can't count. You're brain dead. Now, as far as GM is like it's not much debate. Nate right now is ranked number 1 in ranked. Nobody in game can physically guard Nate at all in the ISO. Nobody can stop him in the ISO. Street Jets, he's literally Kiseki. There's no much debate on Kiseki. He has Kiseki specs, so basically he can copy any skill in the game, and he has an overall good basketball IQ, which would make him a GM prospect, obviously. Kirby's skill is really good overall, simply because his skill is like game changing. If he can get a steal, he has an auto steal, and then he also has really good IQ and great offense. So Kirby, basically what he'll do is he'll pop his skill towards the last second and then seal the game for everybody. Which is why he's like, GM level basically is like people that can make the game change drastically. And Uncrowned can make the game change to an extent unless they can be stopped. GM people is basically people that they can't be stopped for real. Now Elite is the best person in game in terms of defense. Nobody, if you got Elite on you, you basically, the Elite can stop Nate basically if he plays it right, and he can stop me as well. Nobody can really shoot over Elite, and nobody can drive on Elite. Elite is the best person all around on defense in the whole entire game. There's no debate on this. Texas can agree as well towards this fact as well. Now Kirby is over Elite simply because of his his skill at the moment, but Elite can honestly clap anybody in game in a heartbeat. And that's pretty much the whole summary of this whole list. I had to make a whole separate video, fast forward, just because the whole video was too long. If y'all got something to say about this tier list, this is our opinion, my nigga. Y'all can suck my dick for real. And let me know in the comments what should I be? Should I be a GM or Uncrowned?